So this is the oStar headlamp from Nextorch. Banggood sent this out to me. Didn't realise at the time that it is made for helmet use, not just on your head. So I can't actually show that on a helmet, but Nextorch have a video showing that anyway, if anyone wants to check it out. So this is rated at 500 lumens on high with a range of 131 meters, IPX4 with an impact resistance of 2 meters. So this comes with an 18650 rechargeable lithium-ion battery, 2600 milliamp hour, and it has the micro USB charging on the top there. Micro USB cable, 2 spare O-rings. So it is a little bit disappointing it wasn't USB Type C. These days, you know, it's a bit older. Not everybody has a micro USB cable they want to cart around. Everything's Type C. So this is a plastic body on this. You know, it's quite durable though. With the says it has fiberglass in it as well. Yeah, so this has got the OSRAM P9 LED in here with the TIR optic. I measured it at 6,700 Kelvin color temperature with a CRI of 72, since it was not stated in the manual. Yeah, on the battery here, it charges at only half an amp. I feel like that's just a bit slow, and it stopped charging at 4.18 volts. So there's no issue there at all. So this is like onto the switch here is located on the side. There is like no lockout in the UI, but it is very hard, quite a hard switch. You're not going to knock that on accidentally. Good, you know, good feel to it anyway. Good solid click. Yeah, so this has got this is for the hard hat mount here, and this is the NVG mount that just comes out of here. So if you have the this is together, if you're going to have it on a hard hat with the band and everything, an attachment 158 grams including the battery. If you just have this with the NVG mount, it is only 118 grams, so it's fairly light. 3 magnet points on the bracket here, which holds it very well. If we just tilt this out, this is just the heat sink here. Since it is a plastic body, this is the only thing that's dissipating the heat on it. Found the adjustment points on here were just a bit too spaced out too much. When I had it just on my head, felt like I had to move my head up and down a bit to try and get that beam to point where I wanted it. Just be good if there was that it had a few more adjustment points in there. But they're very firm. You're not going to be it's not going to be falling out of its place at all. So yeah, you can since it is a plastic body, you can just unscrew either end of this to lock it out if you don't want to risk it turning on accidentally anyway. I'll just put up the graphs on here. It was a little bit disappointing at the 500 lumens on high. It has a timer, so it steps down at around 45 seconds, and that's a gradual decline over just over 3.5 minutes. So you know, it is a little bit disappointing it wasn't able to they weren't able to have a timer that was longer, or maybe thermally controlled, because it at the step down the heatsink was only at 30 degrees Celsius. Yeah, so the over to the high graph, for the full length of the runtime, it lasted 6.5 hours, and Nextorch rated at 6.5 hours as well. So I didn't feel the need to run it on medium and low for the graph for the test, because they were accurate exactly as what I got as well. Yeah, so this next graph that I did, I reset the high 5 times, and the heats on the end of the last step down, the 5th step down, the heat sink was at 63 degrees Celsius, and the top of the head was 43 degrees Celsius. So that's just the top where the plastic is. Moving on, like to the UI. This is hold for on, hold for off for about 2 seconds. So I don't have any use for a hard hat light, but I'm not a big fan of the UI. But yeah, so it's hold for on, hold for off, and while it's on, it's just click to cycle through high, medium and low. So medium, low, back up to high. It always turns on to the highest level, so there's no memory, and then it's hold from on or off for 4 seconds. That will get you to the SOS, and then 1 click is back to the highest level. So yeah, this is rated at 131 meters, and I would say it's good out to about 70 meters for me out on the farm, around greenery, and if you're in the city, footpaths, roads and more reflective buildings, you might be able to stretch that range out further, but it's going to depend on what you're comfortable with. For me, it's about half of the rated range. So that shed's about 40 meters away. Spin around here. That house is about 60 meters away over there. But it's got a nice bright spot on this, and with the TIR optic, it is producing a good amount of spill at the feet, so it's good for walking around, easily able to see everything around you. So if I just point this down, you can just see right at my feet here. It's good usable lighting. So I'll just drop it down onto the medium level. I'd say, for me, about 30 meters, 35 meters for the medium. Just drop it down to low. Let's come back over to the house here. So I'd say about 10 meters. 10, maybe 12 meters that I would be comfortable with on the lowest level. But yeah, no, they've rated at 60 hours, so it provides 10 meters sometimes is plenty for a headlamp. So that's excellent runtime. Buy a better battery, 3500 milliamp hour battery. You're going to get some really good runtime out of this headlamp. So yeah, this is just where all the shearing gets done here. Dad does it all himself. He's pretty busy. So I'll just throw it up to high. It's quite hard to change levels on this with one hand. Just holding it instead of it being on my head. So that's just the wall, where the wall press is for making the bales over there. I'll just spin around. The back wall is about 20 meters away. Down to medium. Let's have a look outside. Dog down there. So it's right up to high. That tree down there is probably about 70 meters there. It's actually quite a bit brighter in person, but that's the kind of thing you want. You want to be able to buy it and then find out it's brighter in person than the opposite.